All right, guys, we Joseph Burke, the newly crowned 2012 United States Rally Champion. Oversteer TV, Joseph.
Hey, Tony, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Um, you won the championship in an extremely unique. Uh, why don't you tell the people out there how you were at the Prescott Rally out in Arizona, the final rally of the year. You really you didn't need to win or anything to lock it up, but you had to finish. What happened?
It was definitely a difficult rally to begin with. We did a lot of testing. The car's being run out of Atlanta by JRD Motorsports, who's kind of like a satellite organization for Panos race cars, who I'm sure you're completely familiar with. And so the car left Atlanta perfect, and when we got there, the altitude played a little trick on us, and it ended up having a wiring issue, among a few other things. So we battled that throughout the day on Friday. We were able to build a lead because most of the stuff was downhill from the mountains, and so enough on Sunday we had about a 3-minute lead going into the final stage, and I'd say about 100 finish. Clipped a rock on the outside corner, and over she went. I think it was she rolled 3 times. Luckily enough, it didn't rip off, and I was able to get towed across the finish line. I'm pretty sure she would have started and driven across, but it was just easy thing to do to get towed. Definitely made it a bit difficult on myself and everyone else that was associated with it. On the end, we got it. So definitely, hopefully, won't repeat that one.
Well, okay, you clip the rock, you go over 3 times. You get that moment where all you hear is just like pieces falling in the dust, and there's that silence. What were you thinking right there at that moment? Did you think you blew it? The year was just thrown away, or did that not even cross your mind? Like, let's get this done.
I'm usually pretty optimistic, but when that happened, I've got to say I thought it was all over. It one of those things you see other people do and you never think would happen to you, and when it does, it's definitely a shock. It kind of sitting there for a second, and then of course the engine went into flames and back into reality real quick. Fortunately, not too bad. It was just a little flash fire, and we were able to get it out. As I said, I mean, it was the last thing I expected. I was literally about to take my hands off the steering wheel, celebrating for the last 50 feet, and it just happened. It wasn't lack of concentration or anything. I think it was more I missed a note in the one pass recce, and because I wasn't driving 100% because we had some lead, I didn't have a really line, and that kind of amplified the problem. So I don't know. It's definitely the best of them, and it's happened to the best of them, and now it's happened to me. So I guess I've joined a club of pretty unique circumstances.
When I first met you, you were racing the Rally America Series, the other rally series in North America. This year, though, you're in the United States Rally Champion. Why did you switch series?
Yeah, we started out doing the Rally America stuff, finished fourth at Snowdrift this year, and then we went to 100 Acre Woods and blew the engine. After that, the series goes out west, and with the good start that Antoine and David Higgins had for the year, there was really no point in us going out west to play Canada for the year. So the United States Rally Championship kind of worked out nicely dates-wise, and we made the switch in order to make everyone, sponsors, kind of worthwhile. Garrett and Exetti have been with us for a long time, and it's always good to bring them home a championship. So that's kind of why we made the switch.
What involves in the switch? Besides the competition, does the car need a lot of different modifications to run in the United States Rally Championship, or is much you can go to either one?
Nope, it's pretty much the same one. All the cars in the series in the US and in Canada, they're all fall under the same rules. There's if you get booked in one, you can race in the other. So that's what's kind of good, I guess. It's kind of interchangeable, but yeah, there's no differences in any of the rules or any of the specs.
I always like to ask everybody involved with rally, especially in the United States, where it's such a sport that, compared to the rest of the world, it continues of obscurity.
Yeah.
Why rally? I mean, there are a lot of other racing series in the United States you can probably be very competitive in. Why rally?
I got asked this question a lot, and my family always jokes about it. He should have been a professional golfer or something like that. People really don't don't understand it until you get in the car on the gravel road. And when we do our testing, we always often do ride-alongs with people who have never been in a rally car, and they've been in Ferraris and Lamborghinis and well over 200 miles an hour on a racetrack, and going 80 miles an hour on a gravel road, they said they never had a bigger thrill in their life. So that's really it. And until you don't realize how much you enjoy it until you're able to do it. And so as long as I'm able to do it, I definitely think this will be my choice so far. There's a few variations of it that seem to be taken off in the U.S., such as a global cross, which I did the first year, and hopefully will be back next year. But other than that, I mean, we'll get you in a rally car one day. But it's definitely a thrill. That's why.
Well, I just want to point out to people who are watching this that if you notice behind him, it's a barren wall, and he's wearing an orange shirt. He's in college now. You're going to school. You're doing two, business and engineering.
Yeah, doing an engineering minor with a business major. So
and 2 degrees that are perfect for the world of motorsports is business and engineering.
Yeah, yeah. So it's funny enough. A lot of my studies in school, the concepts and stuff, really, if you relate it to the rally world and the racing world, it definitely helps me in my studies a good bit, way more than I ever thought it would. So
all right, the car rolled a few times. I saw the photos. It doesn't look pretty. Is it salvageable?
Yeah, definitely salvageable. Probably it's definitely wasn't what I wanted to do, but it definitely could have been way worse. All the wheels are straight. All the mechanical bits are safe. The cage is safe. It's just pretty much which unfortunately I hate. Enough the guys at JD are quite good at it. So sorry guys, they got a little more work to do. But yeah, definitely salvageable.
And so, what are the plans of the future, Joseph Burke?
Well, not quite set on it. Hopefully, we'll have it set in a month or two. Not sure what series we're doing next year. I've got a few things on the table. It's just making the right decision for my future. The Global Rallycross is looking really enticing with their 2013 schedule. Rally America's got a few changes coming up, which could be good. And the USRC is always a steady championship that has the competitors in it. So there's a lot of stuff on the table. It's really just kind of which package falls in place quickest.
All right, Joseph Burke here. Thank you for coming on OversteerTV. If somebody wants to follow you, through the season and everything, let them out. The Twitter, the Facebook. What do you got out there?
We've got it all. We've got Facebook at Burke Motorsport. We've got Twitter at Joseph Burke, and we've got Instagram behind the scenes pictures and stuff at Joseph Burke as well. So check out all that, and we've also got a main page at josephmotorsport.com. So any of those will work. All
right, sounds good. All right, Joseph, I'm going to let you get back to your studies because I know you do that. I want to thank you again, Joseph Burke, the 2012 United States champion.
All right. Thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me.